What is up, everybody? Boostown GB here, coming at you, and we're looking at the El Camino, or the rattle ship. We're gonna fire it off, hopefully. As my writing says, there's supposedly no water in this bitch. But that don't mean anything, because I don't have the temperature gauge right here, but it feels like it's... It feels like it's probably like 38, 35 degrees. You gotta put the battery in. Yeah, that's open, so there must be stuff not there. Yeah, so where's the oil on this? I just want to make sure there's at least something. Putting it back in there. It's not like nothing's gonna happen. Everything else looks like it's there, so let me put this battery in and let's see what we can do. I'm probably gonna have to pull the timing like this, and then once it's running, go like that. So this thing is horrid. That wheel is stuck. That wheel is still blown up. There's still all those metal cords showing and shit. I never changed that. I'm surprised it still runs, folks. Should we keep this fucking thing going? Like, it's in gear right now, on her own. Like, it fucking sounds alright. Like, she's still there. She's still there. Yeah, there she goes. Got the warmth in her now. God. Yeah. We no give fuck. Start ripping this bitch apart, actually. Ooh, that's a little close there. That wasn't even on there. Good shit. Alright, this thing's up in the air. Got the calipers off. Got the brake master. Got the brake lines for the front. Upper radiator hose. What else? I think I'm gonna cut the battery tray out for the other car, because I like that. I'm gonna show you kind of the reason why we're doing all this. Let's see, what can you see over here? Well, first off, we got that, but that doesn't just stop. That whole rotted piece extends all the way up under here. Huh, there's a rat's nest in there. There's a hole right there, but you can't see my finger. But I could touch the bolt that goes through for the steering box, and there's also one missing. That's fun. I'll show you the other side of the frame in the front here. Yep, nice. Again, follows under here. It's all big crack here, I can feel it. If I try to get under there with the camera, it's gonna flip all around stupidly. What else? I'll show you the body section. As you can see, nice, beautifully put together floors. I did end up cutting these seat brackets out because the previous owner of the Malibu cut them out to make it a bucket car. I'll show you that special spot over there in a second. Up here, we got no A-pillar. I don't know if this was a factory thing they did with this goo, but this A-pillar is completely gone, and that's filled in with like foam or some sort of like silicone goo. So the roof is coming off. Back here, the B-pillar, if you will, is gone, which it rots all the way around up under here. Everybody knows they do that there. I'll show you the other side, because this keeps going, folks. We got more rotted A-pillar. Come on, get out of the way. More rotted A-pillar right up in here. This foam shit again. It must be a factory thing. Obviously the shifter hole. I'll show you back here. As you can see, there's supposed to be a body mount back here, but there is not. And this trailing arm, glare, is angled right up into where the body mount should kind of be. As you can see, the rest of the body seams back here are gone. There's nothing. And this B-pillar, if you will, is also gone. So the roof is completely separated. Well, I say that, but it's not technically separated. But she's getting pretty close. If we did some Duke's Boys shit, this thing would definitely fold in half. And like when you step on the floor, the whole center just collapses. So it's pretty bad. And that's not even talking about like the frame rails back here that are non-existent. You know, I didn't exactly put it under a good frame when I redid this car. I just used the one I had that was better than what was under it to begin with. So, you know, is that worth fixing? I do want to keep it, and it's probably going to end up more or less like a shop truck, because it is good to put stuff back here. You know, it's not bad. But there's some other things I need to take. I'm going to take the 342s, put it back in the Malibu, because that's what the gears came from originally. And then, yeah, so let me actually show you the Malibu. So, this is what we got so far. We just put the brakes and the brake lines all in. I got to put the calipers on, but I got to spray them up, clean them up, because as you can see here, these are quite thin. trying to crack it, but it ain't wanting to crack. Anyway, I have other ones, so it doesn't really matter. Beating on it. Got the seat from the El Camino in here, because I didn't have any. Got a Pontiac Trans Am, like a 70-something wheel. It's lighter than this. This is heavier. And we are kind of being mindful of the weight. Got oil pressure gauge. That's all I'm gonna have, no temperature. It's got a 195 stat that's been modified. I just crimped it down so there's like a 1/4 inch gap around the plunger and the face, or whatever you want to call it, the seat. So it's always gonna flow water, but it's still gonna kind of thermostat a little bit. Got our wires, starter stuff. I'm gonna have to go in there with it. I was gonna put the battery here, but I might just put it on the floor there. Just to keep the weight off the nose, so it's a little, I don't know. I'm probably being stupid with that little of weight distribution, but like, this thing's any good anyway. These these bushings are junk. Body mounts, the bushings. Look at this one. It might be hard to see the angle of the dangle, but this washer, if you will, is supposed to be kind of centered on that, and it's up in. So this is like rotated forward, if you will. And then, you know, that rubber piece on that shock is destroyed. Oh yeah, and I don't even have the nuts for the tie rod ends. Well, there's the one on that side, but this one, I don't know where it went. I think it went to the El Camino. But yeah, other than that, the shifter's right there. I gotta blast a hole in the floor, you know, a different spot. You know, the one up there, so I can actually put the rod through the floor. And then that should be pretty good on that. I gotta pull this carburetor apart because it doesn't spray fuel and it bubbles over. It came with the engine, and the whole reason I changed the intake and all that crap is because I noticed the carburetor wasn't bolted down because the EGR actuator was hitting the secondary little lever here, and it wasn't, you couldn't bolt it down. I don't know how they ran the engine with the carburetor half unbolted. And I'm the incompetent fucking engine guy. Like, geez, folks. Oh, God. But, no, it does run. Guess I could try to fire it for y'all. Should be all fine. Yeah, let's do that. Obviously there ain't no gas in that thing, but there you go. Might be a little hot on the timing, but I think the thing, when I put the fuel in it, it was bubbling over. I could hear that little percolate thing when I was filling the bowl. So I think I just filled it a little too high. But theoretically it should have stayed running a little longer because of that. I don't know. I also did hook the fuel pump up, so there might be some shit that got up in there. I have no clue. That fuel pump may not be any good. I might take the one off the El Camino. Well, I'd say that's pretty good for one day. Obviously you guys don't get to see much of me putting this stuff together. It's just really kind of stupid and challenging for me to work the camera and, like, be interesting, if you will. So, I'm sure most of you would click off anyway the second I start jabbering about bullshit anyway, so, which I don't really care. You're free to do whatever you want. But anyway, drive shaft, I don't know what I'm going to use for that because the one from this car went to the Pontiac. So it's not like it's going back in here. I do have one out of a 3rd gen, but I have a feeling it's going to be too short. I have a feeling it's going to be 4 inches too short. Which is story of my life, folks. Story of my life. Anyway, that's it. Do what you do. See you on the next one.